Make sure you're alert and let's go in there.
Not a very busy round for either fighter. They threw a total of 69 punches between them. Morales would like to be throwing that many in one round.
He's keeping his composure good. He's not letting Daniel erupt his style at all. He's doing exactly what he wants to do, and that's good to see in a young fighter like Morales.
Now, with the exception of a few looping punches over the top, Morales hadn't had many problems against Zaragoza. But he hasn't scored much himself.
Finally, he blocked that overhand left.
Zaragoza pushing to the body. Morales lands a straight right hand. Zaragoza with a clean shot. The right hand to the body. And Morales just misses with a winging right hand inside. Morales has had some success in previous fights switching to a southpaw stance. So you wonder if he might try it here.
I don't think it's smart to switch against a southpaw when you're fighting a turn southpaw when you're fighting another southpaw, especially one that is as cagey as Zaragoza is. Maybe later when they're tired a little.
So you don't expect to see De La Hoya try that against Camacho the way he did against Pernell Whitaker?
Maybe later in the fight, once he figures out where Camacho is coming from, he might try it. But Camacho's a lot quicker than he was in his older days. He's more focused on what he's doing. And I don't think it'll be smart for De La Hoya to do that either.
Right hand inside by Morales as Zaragoza was coming in. Zaragoza with some wild shots, and he landed both over and under.
But he's keeping the other guy on the defense, Zaragoza is. As long as you keep the other guy defending, you're going to hit him soon.
Zaragoza able to keep his eyes open inside and wait for that opportunity with the left hand over the top.
Zaragoza takes such a big step with that right foot when he comes in. It seems as though someone should be able to catch him, but for some reason, they can't seem to counter it.
Morales caught him with a straight left hand there and followed with a second straight left hand and drove Zaragoza back into the rope.
Yes, but he answers like a champion.
No sabe qué hacer. Si no te mete la...
And if you were with us at the beginning of the evening, in our opening, you met 21-year-old Vanessa Duran from right here in El Paso. Pre-med student at the University of Texas at El Paso who moonlights from time to time as a round card girl.
Well, there's a few people here with heat stroke. Maybe she could minister to us.
No treatment will be refused from Vanessa.
Here's Morales, who has been very patient, very disciplined, landing some jabs. Like that. Comes across with a couple of more to finish the round. You wonder if that late barrage could have stolen the round for him.
In round three, Morales landed 13 of 21 jabs. He is stepping up the pace with the stick and largely controlling the fight with it in the second and third rounds.
Let's go. Right.
By CompuBox count through 3 rounds, Morales has outlanded Zaragoza 51-35.
Definitely Morales is the more economical of the two fighters. But this is Daniel Zaragoza's fight. He comes out, he outpunches his opponent, and he keeps the pressure on. A lot of times the judges will give their fight or give the round to the guy that's most busy.
Zaragoza has thrown a few more punches than Morales, but his punch output went down dramatically in the second round and didn't come all that far back up in the third. So both guys have been a little bit tentative as they search for opportunities against each other.
It's interesting that if anyone really goes on the attack and takes chances, it's usually Zaragoza, the old guy.
Straight left hand lands for Morales. Zaragoza lunging and reaching and looking for another opportunity to get to Morales' body. Morales now successfully staying away from that looping left hand over the top and landing his own straight right.
Most young fighters also nowadays are learning that you don't have to go in and take all the risks. If you can outbox a guy, stay outside and outbox him. And that's kind of what he's doing to Zaragoza right now. But he has to make sure that he doesn't let Zaragoza outwork him. I like so much about Zaragoza, though, is that he's always on the attack. Never gives the guy a chance to set him up with too much because he always has the guy thinking about what it is that he's about to do.
Right hand over the top by Zaragoza speaks for itself.
Morales looked like he just staggered momentarily.
Looked more surprised than physically stunned, but Zaragoza has changed the fight with that one right-hand sweep.
That's what happens when you let a guy constantly punch at you and you don't punch back. He's going to catch you sooner or later.
Zaragoza lands another right hand inside. Totally seizing the initiative away from Erik Morales in the closing seconds of the fourth round. Tries to answer back like a champion.
That's the way guys are supposed to fight. These are true champions.
Hijo, es ahora nunca, te estoy sorprendiendo con los volados.
He surprised you with that punch.
Cámbiale golpes, cámbiale golpes.
You got to change the punches on him.
No camines, no corro. Ahí al centro del ring, jálalo al centro.
Don't be running and don't step back that way.
No trae nada, ya está cansado. Combina
He's
arriba.
tired. Now you got to throw combinations to get in there.
Vivo en las salidas, no te vayas a las cuerdas. Estoy diciendo que evite las cuerdas.
Take a look and see how Zaragoza stunned Morales for a moment with an overhand right. He had been throwing overhand lefts. This time it was the right that did the damage. He's an amazing old guy. You would think that he'd use his slick and awkward southpaw style just to score points, but if you back off from him, he'll go right after you.
Yes, he will.
That wild, loaded right hand over the top. They don't teach that punch in the gym, Roy. They don't teach that looping left hand that he's been using earlier in the fight.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it after 4
Larry,
rounds?
2 rounds apiece, 38-38. I give the first round to Zaragoza, and certainly Daniel deserved that fourth round on the basis of that overhead right. Erik Morales boxed a beautifully controlled fight for rounds 2 and 3. He'd wait for the Zaragoza lunge, and he'd pop him with a jab when Zaragoza would come lunging in. But certainly Zaragoza pulled out the fourth round to even this up.
I don't guess they teach much of anything that Zaragoza does.
Now, what it's called, Jim, is he's adapting to the situation. Whatever he sees that he thinks will work, he changes and he does that. That's what distinguishes great fighters from good fighters. Most great fighters can adapt to the situation, make something happen right there on the spot without having to work on it or be taught that specific move.
He's schooled in the fundamentals well enough that he can stray from the fundamentals when he sees the opportunity.
He doesn't really stick to the fundamentals too much normally.
Nope.
I mean, he's off balance after his big punches. He doesn't care. He seems like he's always falling to the left, but it never seems to have an effect on him.
He's also a master at convincing the judges he's winning the fight. And he knows how to style his body language to make it look as though he's even more in control than might normally be the case. Hard right hand over the top.
But Morales answered back that time with 2 good shots.
Well, you heard Morales' dad telling him between rounds in the corner that he could not let Zaragoza get away with shots like that. Zaragoza's head with a looping left. Low blow by Zaragoza. Referee Lawrence Cole didn't see it.
That was a good right uppercut by Morales then too, when Zaragoza came in.
Suddenly there's a breath of cool air here at ringside. They found a fan for us.
Oh my goodness, I don't believe it.
This could change the whole evening.
For us, if not the fighters.
Right hand lands in close for Zaragoza. Morales has to back out. He had chased Daniel into a corner, but it was Daniel who found the shot.
And Daniel landed a very good body shot then on Morales, and I think it took a lot out of Morales. Morales is starting to show a little wear and tear now.
Zaragoza doesn't look exactly fresh as a daisy, but...
Yeah, but this is Daniel Zaragoza, remember?
That's right.
But Jim, that's how he looks when he wakes up in the morning.
Con mucha oportunidad, fíjate, escucha lo que te, la bolsa, escucha lo que te voy a decir.
Listen to what I'm going to say in Zaragoza.
Está esperando que tires hacia atrás.
You're waiting for him to throw, and then you counterpunch. You need to take advantage of everything.
Entonces espera las respuestas. Espera las respuestas para que ondees el cuerpo y evites ese ataque.
Make sure you throw it to the body, and so you can avoid his lunges.
Sigue buscando la oportunidad, así, peleando.
Tienes que trabajarlo. Ahorita trabajan un round cerquita.
You need to get closer to this guy. You need to fight him at least one round up close. He's throwing those wild punches. You got to be up close so he doesn't hit you.
No le des la distancia.